Every day is a perfect opportunity to grow. We need to embrace it. We need to deal with it. Hello, I am Argie, Jovillar, Belmonte, a public secondary school teacher 3 at Esperanza National High School, Poblacion, Esperanza, Agusan del Sur, and a part-time college instructor at Agusan del Sur College Incorporated, Bayugan City. I am so blessed to be given the chance to present to all of you my study on the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers of the Esperanza district. With your help, I'll be able to grow and be a catalyst of change in the midst of the demand of a changing world. An efficient and competent teacher is needed this time, considering that modern education challenges students with so many concerns aside from their schooling. If a teacher is not efficient and competent enough to teach the subject and draw the attention of his students, quality education is compromised. The MAPEH subject, which stands for music, art, physical education, and health, as a key learning area, is of major significance in the development of the students. For the music, exposes students to the development of their appreciation for culture and music. The art focuses on the development of art skills that are geared towards the appreciation of art and culture worldwide. The physical education aims to develop the physical prowess of the students, their agility, endurance, vitality, and kinesthetic skills. And finally, the health that keeps students informed and be aware the health matters, issues and concerns, proper hygiene, health habits, and health assessments. Evidently, the subject is designed to help students grow holistically. However, teaching MAPEH calls for innovative methods in ways that keep students engaged and interested in material. The teacher is challenged to find new ways and innovative methods of teaching, although it is a crucial part as a teacher because there are so many important things to consider. Furthermore, the problems in MAPEH subject were not solely because of the teacher's incapability of teaching it. There were so many factors affecting the problems to arise, such as dealing with classes with the problems on the shortage of equipments and facilities in schools, facilitating extracurricular activities, programs, and other special committees inside and outside the school that sometimes made the teachers not to attend their classes and cater the needs of the students, and meeting the different competencies with minimal contact hour of teachers to students. These are phenomena that can only be drawn from the lived experiences of teachers teaching MAPEH. The researcher, who is a MAPEH teacher, is interested to conduct an in-depth study to know the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers of Esperanza district. The hope to hear their viewpoints, to produce facts and real-life experiences that would somehow determine the best recommendations and solutions. Figure 1 shows that the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers were determined through a research flow. First, the objective of the study were formulated in order for the researcher to have the basis on what to research for. Second, the research participants that will give an important information of the study were identified. Third, construction of an interview guide was done in order to have a harmonious one-on-one interview. Fourth, scheduling for an interview was done to have a total access to the participants. Fifth, for the researcher to have the result of the study categorizing the responses of the participants according to themes was done. Sixth, analyzing the themes was done in order for the researcher to understand the categorized responses. Seventh, after analyzing the themes, interpretation of the data was done. Eighth, in order for the researcher to correct the result of the study, the presentation of the finding was done. And ninth, finally, the dissemination of the result of the study. The study aimed to get an in-depth understanding of the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers in Esperanza District Division of Agusan del Sur. Specifically, it paused to ascertain the following objectives. First, to determine the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers of Esperanza District. Second, to identify the facilitating and hindering factors in teaching MAPEH subject of Esperanza District. Third, to highlight observed problems encountered by MAPEH teachers of Esperanza District. Fourth, to determine the initiatives of the MAPEH teachers in addressing the problems encountered. And fifth, to propose an intervention programs that will help the MAPEH teachers in Esperanza District. The study used the qualitative design, which was phenomenological in nature, since the study deals with the lived experiences of MAPEH teachers. This study examines human experiences through descriptions provided by the people involved, and its goal is to describe the meaning that experiences hold for each other. The study involved 10 MAPEH teachers who were teaching the subject for at least 3 years, SSG presidents, 10 Parents Teachers Associations presidents, and 10 school heads from the 10 National High School of Esperanza District, namely Oro, Guadalupe, Duwangan, San Toribio, Katmunon, Santa Fe, Nato, Hawilian, Salog, and Esperanza National High School. Purposive sampling technique was employed to identify the research participants who have experienced this phenomenon. A one-on-one interview with the participants was conducted and an agreed audio recording of the conversation for documentation and reference purposes was done. Phenomenological data explanation and thematic analysis from an interview were used in analyzing the data with considered procedures including listening the recorded interview, preparing transcription, summarizing answers, looking for concepts, and identifying themes and events. Moreover, each group of participants were asked different questions that derived an answer to provide substantial information on the specific objectives sought in the study. After doing all the procedures that have been mentioned, the study found out that teaching MAPEH subject was challenging, engaging, and interesting because of the four components: the music, art, physical education, and health, that made the activities varied and enjoyable. Although majority of the teachers participants said that teaching the subject was not easy, they still appreciated and loved the subject because of its impact in the holistic development of the students. The participants have different levels of perceptions on the facilitating and hindering factors that were being implemented by MAPEH teachers. Giving of extra or special activities, conducting remedial classes, and other group activities, knowing the interest of the learners and studying the lesson were the facilitating factors considered by the MAPEH teachers. Unavailability of learning materials and resources, insufficiency of time, class interruptions were found as hindering factors encountered by the MAPEH teachers. Teachers teaching the MAPEH subject were challenged by different problems. These are lack of learning materials and resources, the long process in the computation of grades, the teaching of the music component, and the insufficient allotted time and class interruptions. Attitude matters in addressing the problems encountered by the MAPEH teachers. This will bring positivity that will enhance strategies like remedial classes and peer coaching. And an intervention program for the MAPEH teachers was designed to help them in addressing the problems effectively and efficiently. Based on the findings of the study, the following conclusions are drawn. First, teaching MAPEH subject is not easy, but with deep love and passion, teachers pursue in developing the students holistically. Second, MAPEH teachers are open to all possibilities with high hopes in meeting all the requirements in teaching the subject. Third, problems encountered by the MAPEH teachers challenge their capabilities of being effective in delivering the subject and can be made as an inspiration in so many ways. Fourth, teachers' attitude was the key on dealing and overcoming with the different problems on teaching the MAPEH subject. Positivity against challenges will foster best outputs and great outcomes to the students. And lastly, the proposed intervention program for the MAPEH teachers will help in the realization of one of the goals of the Department of Education, which is to build an institution that caters to the learning needs of the students. In line with the result of the study, the following are recommended for consideration. First, the Department of Education may conduct more trainings and seminars to deepen and widen the knowledge of the MAPEH teachers, especially on the strategies and development of instructional materials of the subject. Second, school heads should support the MAPEH teachers in enhancement programs and intervention to address problems in teaching the subject. Third, MAPEH teachers should pursue graduate studies for educational advancement and professional growth. Fourth, there should be enough resources for the teachers to utilize, such as instructional materials, learning resources, and enough funds for intervention programs to facilitate the needs of the students. Fifth, the parents-teachers partnership in supporting the students in joining various activities in school should be strengthened. And the last one, the study may serve as one of the bases for further researches to determine the importance of the MAPEH subject to the students, and of course, the school as a whole. I believe that growing is not just an opportunity, it's a choice. Thus, it's a challenge for us to select the best option to keep on sharing the light within us as bearers of truth and hope. Thank you, and to God be all the glory.